Jeremy needs to get him. Ooh, gets Jesse. That is a good kill. And Chicken Fried Rice is gonna start planting. That's a disaster. Jeremy with another. Sees Roman, gets a fourth. Will this be the ace from Jeremy? Oh, 7-Heaven denies it from Heaven, but what a hold. Jeremy, almost 2.
Extra healing to the team as Valet is up front, getting a nice graviton, pulling 3 together. They are reaching the golden square, the victory right now, with the self-destruct gonna be forced out, zoning them off. Universe getting a double kill with the Zarya battle pistol coming out. They're gonna go ahead and push. No more remaining for AVES Esports, and that is going to be a victory for Vandy, claiming 3 wins over AVES Esports on this first match of the bracket for high school.
Tallow gets the jumping shot, but he's gonna stick it. They expect it, but they can't hit the shot. Dreams,
beautiful,
holding the line for his teammate, and Tallow gets
to do so as they're now in a very tight choke point once again. AVES Esports almost getting knocked down, does manage to do it, preventing the charge coming out here by Medics, able to get the pick, and now looking to swarm, seeing them knock them down with Parallax, finding the opportunity to really contest against them, and that's going to be a quick turnaround here as they look to maneuver into the marketplace. Let's go ahead and see 2 minutes still to go. They may have one more opportunity to try and get there in time. Seeing if they can get onto this point, potentially.
1-1, both players picking up a game. Twisted with his Autorook and Keen with his Control Priest.
Job's done. Mushroom power!
I concede.
Well played.
Making sure that they can isolate him and pick him off, and again be very watchful of where Bobo is on the Mercy to make sure that they can prevent that res. Here comes the Earth Shatter now from Fate in the back line, seeing if they can push them back. Another one coming out here in the return by Humpty, see if they can lock them down. A triple kill coming out in favor of SLP as they now are starting to look to turn it around, and that is going to be another solid hold here with an entire team kill for SLP on Lijiang Tower.
and no one was able to capitalize on it. Toski trying to hit it off the corner so he can center it. Actually goes for a self goal and he hits it. That should definitely.
First round officially going to the Panthers.
And I gotta say, if that Earthshatter would have landed onto ESO, who, as you saw in that play of the game, was just behind the hammer, if he would have been brought down, I think that would have spelled disaster for that engage. But because of his position and quick dash, outside of that usage. The round, Detrick is going to get a kill on Rohan, but Gooey is going to be traded off by Scuttle there. So interesting, they're executing A a little bit, although Toasty on top of there could do some damage. Detrick is going to take out Scuttle, and Electric Freak is going to find him, however. That player on scaffolding is going to get taken out by Electric Freak too. Still got a player at Ninja, however. They're using all their Molotovs and stuff, so it could prove difficult. Toasty pushing up to triple. He's going to get taken out there, and he's gonna... to try and secure it in that last few meters, which now you do see Vandy having the opportunity to push it back. Orca looking to get a nice pick on the high ground and wait to see if they can have Karina from behind getting the rocket barrage, and there it is. That's what we were looking for, to come in the back, able to get two. Orca following up here onto Lukalite, and that's going to be another solid hold here at the expense of only one ultimate, and now having two support ultimates going into this consistent hold with 1 minute and 30 seconds still to go.
But unfortunately for him, Twisted has found lethal puzzle yet again. Hellfire Defile clearing away and allowing the 60 damage to push face. Like I said, that's the only thing keeping Kane alive.
Entity with the assist. Centers it perfectly right off the ceiling, and they do not expect that. Barely off the target. Try to hit Brendan away, and they actually try to hit the ball, and now it's 2. And oh, they're going for a B-rush, but they get shut down, and they're going through. Nate with 1. Can he get another? Oh, yes, he can. Can he get a third? Oh, yes, he can. Echo trades one out, but Nate is on fire in this match, and he's holding it so well. Does miss that shot, but he throws out a molly. That could be the round-winning molly, and they're so stuck. Fugi gets another, though, and Nate whiffs the shot. Oh, not like this. Fugi gets another, but Nate gets a fourth hit. This is down to a 1v1. Oh, and Fugi gets it. Nate with the heroics, only person on the team who got kills, and they still don't win.
Sports able to claim victory in round 3, map 3 of Lijiang Tower.
Play of the game.
Let's see Parallax once again claiming victory here with that play of the game. Wonderful job. I truly feel that there was a lot of MVP play coming out from Parallax for this best of 5 right now. So again, it has been a
Zenyatta and War Walrus on the Brigitte as well again. Let's see what they can do as they push in here.
Jeremy. He needs to get him. Ooh, gets Jesse. That is a good kill. And Chicken Fried Rice is gonna start planting. That's a disaster. Jeremy with another. Sees Truman, gets a fourth. Will this be the ace from Jeremy? Oh, 7 Heaven denies it from Heaven, but what a hold. Jeremy, almost 2.
Extra healing to the team as Valet is up front, getting a nice graviton, pulling 3 together. They are reaching the golden square, the victory right now, with the self-destruct gonna be forced out, zoning them off. Universe getting a double kill with the Zarya battle pistol coming out. They're gonna go ahead and push. No more remaining for AVES Esports, and that is going to be a victory for Vandy, claiming 3 wins over AVES Esports on this first match of the bracket for high school.
Tallow gets the jumping shot, but he's gonna stick it. They expect it, but they can't hit the shot. Dreams
Beautiful.
holding the line for his teammate, and Tallow gets
To do so, as they're now in a very tight choke point once again. AVES Esports almost getting knocked down, does manage to do it, preventing the charge coming out here by Maddox, able to get the pick, and now looking to swarm, seeing them knock them down with Parallax, finding the opportunity to really contest against them, and that's going to be a quick turnaround here as they look to maneuver into the marketplace. Let's go ahead and see 2 minutes still to go. They may have one more opportunity to try and get there in time. Seeing if they can get onto this point, potentially.
1, both players picking up a game. Twisted with his auto rook and Keen with his control priest.
Job's done. Mushroom power!
I concede.
Well played.
Making sure that they can isolate him and pick him off, and again be very watchful of where Bobo is on the Mercy to make sure that they can prevent that res. Here comes the Earth Shatter now from Fate in the back line, seeing if they can push them back. Another one coming out here in the return by Humpty, see if they can lock them down. A triple kill coming out in favor of SLP as they now are starting to look to turn it around, and that is going to be another solid hold here with an entire team kill for SLP on Lijiang Tower.
and no one was able to capitalize on it. Toski trying to hit it off the corner so he can center it. Actually goes for a self goal and he hits it. That should definitely...
First round officially going to the Panthers.
And I gotta say, if that Earthshatter would have landed onto ESO, who, as you saw in that play of the game, was just behind the hammer, if he would have been brought down, I think that would have spelled disaster for that engage. But because of his position and quick dash, outside of that usage.
The round, Detrick is going to get a kill on Rohan, but Gooey is going to be traded out by Scuttle there. So they're executing A a little bit, although Toasty on top of there could do some damage. Detrick is going to take out Scuttle, and Electric Freak is going to find him, however. A player on scaffolding is going to get taken out by Electric Freak, too. Still got a player at Ninja, however. They're using all their Molotovs and stuff, so it could prove difficult. Toasty pushing up to triple. He's going to get taken out there, and he's gonna...
to try and secure it in that last few meters, which now you do see Vandy having the opportunity to push it back. Orca looking to get a nice pick on the high ground and wait to see if they can have Karina from behind getting the rocket barrage, and there it is. That's what we were looking for, to come in the back, able to get two. Orca following up here onto Lukalite, and that's going to be another solid hold here at the expense of only one ultimate, and now having two support ultimates going into this consistent hold with 1 minute and 30 seconds still to go.
But unfortunately for him, Twisted has found the lethal puzzle yet again. Hellfire Defile clearing away and allowing the 60 damage to push face. Like I said, that's the only thing keeping Kane alive.
Entity with the assist. Centers it perfectly right off the...
Yeah, I'm lost and numb, cold to the touch. I pretend like I don't remember your name. Every masterpiece turns to blasphemy. When I close my eyes, yeah, I still see your face. We were the thunder and the lightning, burning fire that started from a spark. I would spend you just to watch you twirl. It was us against the world. You were the rain falling on my skin. Yeah, I was dying when you pulled me in. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world. Yeah, I'm pale and gray, all dust and fade. When I call for you, all I hear back is pain. Every song must end, even diamonds fade. When the darkness comes, I count up you twirl. It was us against the world. You were the rain falling on my skin. Yeah, I was dying when you pulled me in. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world.
Jeremy needs to get him. Ooh, gets Jesse. That is a good kill. And chicken fried rice is gonna start planting. That's a disaster. Jeremy with another. Sees Roman gets a fourth. Will this be the ace from Jeremy? Oh, 7-7 denies it from heaven, but what a hold. Jeremy, almost 2.
Extra healing into the team as Valet is up front, getting a nice graviton, pulling 3 together. They are reaching the golden square. The victory right now with the self-destruct going to be forced out, zoning them off. Universe getting a double kill with the Zarya battle pistol coming out. They're going to go ahead and push. No more remaining for AVES Esports, and that is going to be a victory for Vandy, claiming 3 wins over AVES Esports on this first match of the bracket for high school.
Tallow gets the jumping shot, but he's gonna stick it. They expect it, but they can't hit the shot. Dreams
Beautiful.
holding the line for his teammate, and Tallow gets
To do so, as they're now in a very tight choke point once again. AVES Esports almost getting knocked down, does manage to do it, preventing the charge coming out here by Maddox, able to get the pick, and now looking to swarm, seeing them knock them down with Parallax, finding the opportunity to really contest against them, and that's going to be a quick turnaround here as they look to maneuver into the marketplace. Let's go ahead and see 2 minutes still to go. They may have one more opportunity to try and get there in time. Seeing if they can get onto this point, potentially.
1, both players picking up a game. Twisted with his Autorook and Keen with his Control Priest.
I concede.
Well played.
That's right. Now you hear me? Tell them, Batman. Watch it. That's right. Drop it. Hey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2018 HSEL League of Legends Nationals Grand Finals, AVES Esports versus LHS Esports. These two teams will be playing for a chance to win $12,500 in scholarships for their team, as well as a trophy to display in their school and some swag bags. Now I'm here with my co-host, HSEL Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Hello, everybody.
So
we see
far, it
the-
looks like we have Lucian banned.
Yes, and Aatrox. Then Natalia.
I will wait for you to be better.
Now the Camille ban.
We should expect to see Thresh banned, right?
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes.
A Riven ban.
Do you think they'll ban Thresh late game or just not ban him at all, expecting people to not pick him?
I think they might try to target more of the mages, like Vladimir, as they just did now.
Do you think they'll try to ban Zoe, Annie, or even Fizz? Well, there's the
Obviously,
Zoe pick.
Yes. But definitely, if not banned, Zoe is definitely a big target to be picked up.
Will they go the lengths to ban Anivia just because of her egg and respawn?
Maybe. But we got the Swain, now Vel'Koz for LHS. Hovering the Nocturne. Most likely deciding what to pick. Got the Nocturne.
Would you expect them to see a jungler here or maybe another tank? More DPS?
Maybe the support, Braum.
Braum is a good pick here, just so
Yes.
Zoe can get behind him and just start doing massive amounts of damage.
Lucian was banned though, who is a good AD carry with Braum. So let's see what they try to pick. Now the next banning phase has begun. They pick Shaco. Then ban Ornn. Now it's over to AVES. Let's see what they ban.
You too will
They
be
go with the
judged.
Morgana ban.
So these final two bans are probably more critical than these other bans, as since a lot of them, there's so many champions to choose from that are still out there that are very powerful, but yet there's only two that they can ban. Mundo comes out to be banned.
Stop it, you know. Okay.
Tyrant.
Oh, sure.
And the final bans are Aurelia here. So now it comes down to, are they going to pick Fizz? Are they going to choose Soraka just for the healing and the resurrects? They will choose Soraka.
And the last ban was Aurelia from AVES.
I'm thinking LHS looks a little weak on the survivability side, don't you think?
Yes, definitely squishy in terms, but the Swain might help out there. We see a Kennen pick. And an Ezreal, okay. Now let's see what the last pick for LHS will be. They do not have AD carry yet, unless Swain is going in the bot lane with Soraka. Hovering the Yasuo. And it's Yasuo. So now they're just gonna be trading to get to the right roles to their teammates. So both these teams have been very good in the group stage and the playoffs. The number 1 and number 2 seeds. So definitely what you want to see out of the finals for
If
Nationals.
I'm not mistaken, I believe AVES is undefeated so far.
Yes. That is correct.
So hopefully they're going into this not too hot-headed and remain composed, remain well under the pressure of knowing that they are playing for the $12,500 scholarship for their team. And they don't go into this thinking like, hey, we're the best. Look at what their picks are. They pick Soraka, all that. And go into this cool and collected and are able to, pull out another victory.
Definitely, definitely. And this is a best of 5 series.
Indeed it is. So even if they lose this one, hopefully they will be able to pull it back and bring out the next 3, the next 4, or whatever.
Because with the best of 5 series definitely allows for more change throughout the series for the different teams in terms of strategies and whatnot. Whereas the best of 3, you can't do that as much. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
LHS's only loss in the group stage was in fact against AVES here. So will we see a repeat of the 4th round of the group stage, or will LHS come out on top?
We'll see.
So far with these picks, I do feel like it's going to be completely on positioning this game, with Braum and with Nocturne on the AVES side, and with LHS seeing very squishy in their picks. If they're able to pick off Zoe, or if they're able to get Braum early, get Nocturne early, I think it will be an easy sweep for LHS. But if Braum's able to stay up and Zoe's able to stay up, just those 2 alone will be able to completely wipe the LHS team.
AVES also does have a lot of engage with the Kennen, Nocturne, and Braum. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see the types of fights they try to start here in game 1.
If LHS is able to have prime positioning and is able to shift and is able to do everything correct in terms of shifting, laning, jungling, ganking, anything like that, LHS will have a massive advantage just for the fact that if they're able to catch anybody off shifting on the AVES side, they're probably most likely going to go down.
Definitely.
As we're waiting in to get into the game here with the spectator delay, who do you think is going to be the MVP just right off the beginning based off champion select and how the teams look?
Well, 5Fire obviously is one of the best for AVES, and he is going to Zoe, who he went last series yesterday and did do very well on. So I think that's going to be a good one. And then obviously, the Shaco is definitely a big pick for LHS. Let's see if they're able to get a picks with Shaco. But those are the 2 I think for both teams you got to watch out for, definitely.
Do you think without Braum, Zoe wouldn't be such a good pick? Or do you think that Zoe just by herself would be able to live?
I think Zoe by herself is actually a very good pick right now. But Braum into anything. Braum's just an all-around top support, so I think those were definitely good picks for mid lane and support.
And here we go right into the game.
Game 1 about to start. As we're loading in here, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the HSEL Nationals. This is the grand finals. We are going to have, right now it's League of Legends. We are also going to have CSGO, Overwatch, Rocket League, and then Hearthstone to finish it all out. It's all day, so try to tune in. Going to be a fun day.
Speaking of Hearthstone, Nero going 5-0 in the group stages, upset, lost it in the playoffs. How do you feel about that?
I definitely wasn't expecting that. He seemed very, very good. I didn't watch all of it, so I don't know the exact details, but that was pretty shocking. So the finals today for Hearthstone definitely is going to be a good one. As well
Again,
as
like
Rocket
I
League.
said, LHS did lose against AVES in the group stage. So let's see if that'll be a repeat, or if we'll have a really good game on our hands.
Yes. I think this is going to be a very good series.
And here we go, loading in, champions spawning in right now.
Yep.
Everybody putting on their emotes, and the game is paused.
Ooh.
5 seconds into the game already, and it's already paused.
Yes, so there must be some...
Looks like they're having Discord issues.
Okay. Once we get this all figured out there, or they get this all figured out, we're gonna hop right in. LHS is on the red side, and then AVES on the blue.
You think we'll see an invasion here early and a good team fight early here, or you think they're both going to play passive, knowing that this is the finals and knowing that they need to, just focus on team play and not really anything early and, very big moves, big plays?
Well, Braum is a very good, I think, invader due to his passive and his Q. But I think the pressure and what's on the line here, I don't think they're going to risk anything like doing an invader, getting a level 1 kill or something like that. So I think it's just going to be regular, start at their own camps and just regular laning phase to start out with.
Mm-hmm.
And we are resuming now.
Here we go. Everyone putting in their emotes. We don't see a dabbing penguin, sadly, again.
That's alright. Try to get one next game.
Yep. And it looks like the game is underway.
Yeah.
Yas going jungle. Soraka coming down mid. Moving into the jungle.
Yeah, so it is looks like a Swain Soraka bot lane. And then the Yasuo top.
Looks
Zoe
like they are
gets
gonna
the
go early here.
3-on-1. We got the ignite.
One mid lane.
First
And he
blood.
does go down.
Wow. Zoe landed her sleep ball. Very powerful ability.
I do feel that was all because of positioning again. We had 3 bot. They only had Yas up top, not guarding the
Yes.
obvious, escape for, and that was just all positioning.
Yeah, Vel'Koz got caught out there. Nothing you could do. Did use flash, so we have the flash down on the Vel'Koz, whereas only the ignite down from Zoe. So definitely very good for.
And that was
Avis
just
here.
beautifully executed by Avis. Go Zoe and Vel'Koz now fighting mid.
Yes. So basic start here for the junglers. As bot lane is heading down.
Swain is going bot lane with Soraka. It looks like Shaco is going to play jungle.
So obviously an advantage for AVES right off the bat here with the first blood.
Already up about 500 gold, so not the greatest amount, but it's still going to help in buying those early items.
Definitely. Let's see if they can use this advantage throughout the game and keep it.
Soraka seems to have started Q and not W, so it is going to be a bit, squishy at times since she won't be able to heal Swain. She will be able to get off massive amounts of damage and heal herself.
Level 2 now from the bot lane. Let's see if we see a fight.
So I feel like they wouldn't really push here just because they know Soraka probably has her heal up, and so they'd either have to get a nice gank on Soraka somehow, or be able to get Swain somehow low enough to where they're going to be able to blast him down. And we do see a fight here top lane.
Yes.
Yas going about half health back to his turret.
We see Nocturne at red buff. Okay. Ezreal just using the Q to farm. We have Zoe's W. Exhaust goes in. Vel'Koz hits knockup. Now Nocturne on the Shakedown. Swain pulls in Ezreal. Ezreal dies to the Soraka.
Braum able to shield up and get himself out of there safely, but isn't able to save Ezreal.
That was a very nice pull from the Swain there to get the kill. Ezreal's now teleporting back to bot lane.
That might not be the best kill, just because since Soraka did get the kill, she's gonna be more fed than Swain now. And I think Swain should have better had that kill, just for the fact if he levels up faster, they're gonna be able to take more control of that bot lane.
Yeah, definitely not the best, but still very good.
Still very good. It's now 1-1. Both teams tied, and both teams similar gold.
Yeah, so going in on Kennen, I don't know why. Kennen's just gonna get the stun. Kennen almost gets Flash's Q, doesn't get it. Yasuo has the win there.
Minions protect Yas. He's able to get back to turret and recall.
That was very close though.
It was indeed, but now Kennen is not going to have, priority in that lane. He's going to have the momentum. He's going to be able to push it back to turret once again.
Yasuo's now teleporting back top. And both mid laners are backing. So the gold is pretty much even now. Swain lands another pull. Gets a good amount of damage on Ezreal.
Braum shields up just to stop the fight, and now we're back to going back and forth again.
Ezreal has to do a better job of avoiding those, because those are deadly. First Drake is the Ocean Drake. Let's see if one of the two teams prioritize that.
Yas was actually able to push all the way to top lane, because Kennen recalled, and now all the minions are on top turret.
Yes. Just regular farming now.
Looks like Zoe might be coming down to gank here. We're just trying to hide in jungle, trying to bait out the early kill on mid again.
Definitely. If Zoe can roam and get a few picks top and bot, definitely very good.
It's major momentum.
Nocturne Shaco. Might be a little bit of action. Just clearing out wards. Both teams are definitely starting to push towards the Drake now.
See here, I think Zoe and Nocturne should go bot, just to relieve some of the pressure off Soraka and Swain, and see if they can't just get momentum bot lane, so that they'll be able to freely roam in jungle, freely roam mid lane, and then have more ability and capacity to start switching and start, getting better, positioning on other players.
Top lane's now pushing in for Kennen. Kennen is level 6, has ult.
Yeah, staying by turret just for protection. Swain and Soraka do push on bot turret. And then they just instantly disengage, and then back to...
Yasuo now has ult. He's going in. Kennen stuns him. Oh.
Yas not able to get off as much damage as you probably should have there. Back and forth bot lane again.
Braum lands a Q. Seems like they're going in on Swain. Has the stun. Gets a good amount of
Nocturne
damage
not there
off.
to help them. If Nocturne had been there, that might have been a little bit different. Might have been a little more damage. Maybe have been a kill. Maybe have been a complete wipe bot lane for momentum.
Once we see the level 6 out of Nocturne, we'll definitely see some ganks with his ult.
They do know where Nocturne is since they warded the red buff, so they know that he's probably going blue buff around there to wolves.
Yes.
So bot lane does know they don't have a gank coming anytime soon, and they're probably going to play a little more aggressive now.
LHS is definitely doing a better job of warding.
After that early kill mid, I do think they have gotten their stuff together a little bit better and now are more composed and they're playing
We
more.
see it. Wow. The Kennen ult to the Nocturne ult kills Yasuo pretty quickly.
Again, they pinged Nocturne was there, so Yas probably should have played a bit more passive, knowing that the gank was near him. But instead, he did try to push, and he paid for it.
Looks like Shaco's near the dragon now. Shaco just used ult and now getting the dragon. The Ocean Drake. Doesn't seem like AVES knows at all. So this might just be a free dragon. 9 minutes in.
Now, this might not be the worst thing for them to give Shaco the Drake, just for the fact, if Infernal Drake spawns or Cloud Drake spawns, AVES is probably gonna stomp on that easy. That's what they want. So letting Shaco take this, you know, might just be them saying, hey, you want it, we don't want it. Give us what we want, and then try to fight us there, and we'll win.
Vel'Koz's
Zoe
ult
now fighting mid
after the
lane.
knockup. Both flash. Zoe flashes, uses ult. Barrier. Zoe gets the kill.
And that was well executed by Zoe there.
Definitely.
Knew that Shaco wasn't gonna push mid after getting a dragon and was gonna go farm for buffs, and was able to get the kill mid lane.
Now Zoe will back.
Now she also knows her jungler's there to help mid lane. If Shaco pushes too much, Nocturne able to come in and suppress the momentum a little bit, which he does. That's a beautifully executed play by Zoe and Nocturne there. Great communication by AVES so far.
You see Shaco come to the top lane now. Let's see if they try to get a kill on Kennen.
LHS push back to bot turret now. AVES getting some momentum bot lane. Shaco trying to gank, it looks like. The gank
Big
does go in
damage.
top
Nocturne
lane.
ult. Now we have a Kennen ult.
Beautifully suppressed by AVES there top lane.
A lot of action going on at the same time.
And that is just wasted time for Shaco. Nothing came of it. His top lane may die. And while he was doing all that, Nocturne and Zoe were able to push mid.
Yes.
Possibly get a turret here shortly.
The Q damage out of Zoe chunked Vel'Koz, and then Nocturne finished him off with his ult. Might get
Yas
him
and
the
Shaco
turret.
both unable to help mid lane. Zoe recalling mid lane. Looks like turret's probably going to go down here.
That will be first turret of the game if they do get it.
And there it is. First turret goes to AVES, mid lane. And here looks like momentum is now back on LHS bot lane. Able to push back towards their turret. Well, it looks like bot lane for LHS is having really well positioning, knowing when to push in, knowing when to back out, just based off of how jungles are looking, based off of what's happening top and mid. And so if LHS has a chance, I would start putting all their money on bot lane.
Zoe's trying to get a kill on a Vel'Koz here. Shaco comes to help though. Nothing happens there. Yasuo goes onto the Kennen.
Now because Shaco pushed mid, bot lane on LHS knows that Nocturne is probably going to be top or mid as well, so they're going to be more aggressive and push that.
Let's see if Kennen tries to go all in on Yasuo with the Nocturne there. Doesn't seem like it. Nocturne backs.
Both bot lanes for LHS actually recalled, giving up some momentum. But Shaco is there to maybe get a pick or get some damage off on bot lane and suppress the momentum for AVES until they come back.
Looks like Kennen's up. Flash ults. Let's see if Zoe lands it.
Zoe
Does.
comes
That
and gets
should
hit
be a
by
kill.
turret, but it's still an easy kill.
Very nice crowd control by AVES.
That is, again, just bad positioning on LHS part, not knowing where the enemy is.
Shaco is here.
Shaco does come down here to gank.
Braum ult. Shields the wrong way. That's alright though.
It looks like it's just going to be suppressive momentum here. Beautifully played by Shaco to come in to do that. But now everybody looks like they're going to recall, but Soraka and Swain are going to stay. And they're going to get some beautiful momentum on turret. They are going to play a bit passive though, because they know Nocturne is out here somewhere, and he's probably hovering bot lane. Because his whole bot lane just recalled.
Next dragon will be up in a little bit, so let's see which team prioritizes that. Kennen is doing very well in lane. However, Shaco and Yasuo is right there. Shaco starts the Rift Herald. Kennen's there to stop him. Nice damage out of the Kennen. Let's see if we can get a kill here. The Zoe!
Beautiful ult by Zoe.
That was very long range from Zoe there. To get the kill.
And that
on
is all
Shaco.
positioning once again. Yas didn't come down to help. Mid lane was recalled. Bot lane can't get there in time. And then Zoe and Kennen were just able to shift in and get him easy.
That just goes to show the power of Zoe. Especially when
Beautifully hit ult. She could have played for the flash out, but she played for him to stay there, and he did. And that was a well executed play.
Hasn't been a big fight bot lane yet. Let's see if there is one now. Lands the Q on the Soraka. Nothing. Tower dive, Kennen and Nocturnal.
And Yas goes down again. Just Yas getting no help here from the jungler, from the mid lane. There's no information being given to Yas at all.
Vel'Koz might be in trouble. Let's see if the Zoe Q comes out, and it does.
And look at that damage. Instantly, 80% of the board gone. And that's just because Zoe's level 12, Swain and Soraka are still at level 8, Yas at level 10. Shaco gets another dragon.
The air dragon now.
And it's just like Zoe's right now is just fed.
Yes. And Nocturne's doing a very good job ganking. Hasn't been bought too much, but let's see if that changes now with the top turret down.
With this speed, I would again say LHS just needs to focus on bot lane. Just have Shaco try to help bot lane. You know, just get that early push on bot. So Zoe would have to come, you know, start shifting more bot lane to help. And Nocturne's gonna have to hang out more bottom instead of trying to gank Yas.
Vel'Koz is able to get away there from the Zoe. Shaco's coming in. Ult from
Zoe
Vel'Koz,
does go down
that's the
finally.
kill.
$8-2 to AVES now. 5k up on gold, 2 turrets.
Very
But
good
LHS
lead.
do have 2 drakes.
Let's see if the game starts to rotate around bot lane. Now that 2 of the towers are down.
LHS does have a very good opportunity to come back late game with those drakes. And with just the constant leveling of the team, you know, mid, jungle, top, all 11, bottom, 9s. They should be able to just stay, you know, solid throughout the entire game. They are losing early here in the first 20 minutes, but they do have the ability to come back later in the game with these drakes and with this, you know, sustained just growth that they have.
If they let Zoe get 2 out of hand though, which they almost already have, it will be tough though.
Zoe is now 2 levels higher than all their highest champions on their team. But like you said, as long as they don't let Zoe get too fed, you know, this can be a really good game in the end here.
Nocturne gets sighted by the ward.
Zoe is coming up to Yas though, but then backs out. While bot lane again here is just going back and forth with some momentum towards LHS again on bot. They just aren't able to capitalize on it as turrets are just not getting damaged whatsoever.
Nocturne is there to ult. Let's see if Kennen goes onto the Yasuo here.
Shaco coming down bot lane as well. Maybe trying to finally get this momentum to take effect.
Now we have
They
the
do
double
stall.
ult onto
Nocturne
Yasuo.
knows here.
And that is the kill.
Yas goes down again, but here's Shaco bot lane.
They know which one's the real one due to the Braum passive, which is very useful. And now we have 3 top for AVES with the Rift Herald. Let's see if they can get the inhibitor counter. Kennen goes in. Hourglass from Vel'Koz gets the stun out of Kennen. And they get the inhibitor also. This is definitely starting to snowball for AVES. Bot lane has not been much action, but everywhere else there has been a lot.
And this is all due to the fact LHS went 3v2 down bot lane, but nothing came of it. And yet they still tried to pursue it. And at that time, AVES is going 3-2 top lane, with mid lane still trying to come up and trying to shift over, but it's too late. They kill Yas, and they're able just to push top lane 3v1 pretty much.
Yes.
If Shaco had recalled and gone back, maybe that could have been a bit different, but he insisted on staying bot lane, and he still is. And they still can't get the kill. They ended up going between bot turret, and they ended up going between the first turret as well, and they still weren't able to get kills, nor push turret.
Is coming in.
Shaco does kill Braum here, but at what cost? Because LHS is now very injured. They're down 2 people now. Or 1 person, pardon me. And their entire bot lane's gonna have to recall.
Minor victory for LHS there.
Minor
And,
victory, but at the cost of a bunch of momentum that they had that they just wasted away now.
Does seem Kennen's going to be pushing in bot lane to get that turret.
Looks like Braum's gonna go mid to help Nocturne now, and Ezreal's gonna go top just to fight the Yas.
Next dragon is about to be up. AVES should get this one with all the power they have. Because if they force a fight, they will win it. Unless LHS does something miraculous.
Ezreal gonna teleport here to bot turret. Help Kennen, Braum, and Zoe all go in bot. Shaco coming from behind.
Might
Zoe's
get an ult
awesome.
from Kennen here. Seems like they didn't pull the trigger. All of AVES is bot side right now, trying to get this last turret. And LHS is forced to back as Nocturne gets the Ocean Grid.
Zoe providing great pressure here to let Braum, Ezreal just get the turret.
Baron is now up. Let's see if AVES rotates up there to try to get it. LHS is able to hold onto their turret for now. We do have the ults here from Kennen and Nocturne.
Soraka did push in, but then backed out. Maybe trying to get sight, but a very risky play for them to let Soraka die early in the fight. Looks like they are going to flank around and try to get Shaco. Do spot the ward, so they know they're there.
Ezreal uses his ult to clear the waves.
Zoe tries to get out of that attack, but she's unable to do so in time. And now they're gonna push bot turret.
This should be a turret for AVES.
Turret does go down because Braum shields up. And that's just easy momentum for them, and they're just gonna disengage now. No need to push that. They're just gonna try to level more up, get more gold, buy more items. And while LHS is here, wondering what do we do? They're all just sitting back behind their turrets, not really pushing anything, not really gaining any momentum whatsoever.
It's very hard for LHS to do anything right now because Yasuo is forced to stay top lane and clear out the super minions now that their inhibitor is down.
Red team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Now AVES is going mid.
Yas currently the highest level champion on their team, yet he hasn't been performing all too well at all. Their best performer so far has probably been Swain or Shaco, but even them, they haven't performed that well at all. And Soraka's still at level 11 versus a Zoe level 15. Soraka's just squishy as ever at this point.
Nocturne's clearing out the wards. LHS has very little vision now.
Mid turret goes down now, just leaving the inhibitor turret mid. LHS just staying on the back foot, not really doing anything.
AVES is now going to rotating top. Maybe trying to get this in him.
They really need to engage here on a turret or something, just so they can try to get some momentum back, because right now they're just letting AVES get picks on turrets, and they're not really fighting back at all. They're going to keep that momentum up unless LHS does something about it.
Shaco is right next to the Zoe. Uses ult. Nothing comes out of that though. AVES is now backing.
And with that recall, LHS has a 1v whatever on Zoe, but they're not going to take it. And now they have the room to push. And it looks like they are going to a little bit, but they're all spread out again. They're not staying together, not really trying to push one thing to force AVES to counter them. And so AVES is just going to take control again and do whatever they feel they need to do.
LHS is now able to get vision around the Baron pit. Definitely important for them because Baron will. Oh, Zoe lands.
And with Zoe getting that sight, all of AVES is going to come pop. And since Yas recalled,
ooh, very close from that. Oh, Braum. Cannon gets the kill. Let's see, now that they don't have Smite for LHS, they might just try to do this Baron.
and that is just unfortunate for LHS. Bad play calling with Yas and Soraka recalling top lane. They just left Shaco wide open there.
Nocturne ulted onto the Swain, but the Bell caused knockup. Saved Swain's life, and they got the kill on the Nocturne. They could have went for Baron there, but they opted to start a fight, but the rest of the team wasn't there for Nocturne.
And that was a poor choice on AVES site. LHS needs to attack them, so to just go in for the kills. It's again one of those things where, hey, we're better. Let's try to do this. And here we go in a team fight again.
Yasuo wins wall, but the Ignite from Zoe. Bell calls ult. Zoe tries to get out, but isn't able to.
And there it is again. They were able to displace Braum and Zoe. Zoe just goes down easy after getting an easy Soraka kill. But now Braum has to go back, Kennen has to go back. All because of the positioning of the AVES team wasn't just there at that point when they initiated that fight.
For being so behind for LHS, they are doing better now.
Now LHS hopefully will make a play here and try to elongate this game, try to put pressure somewhere and make it. They might actually go for Baron here. That would be a good. That would be a good play call. but they decided to recall instead and let AVES just walk down mid.
Air Drake is now up. Nocturne and Ken are going down. Losing a Baron fight at this point in the game for LHS might be the game. Now the only objective is Baron.
Now both teams have the same dragons. So now it's just a matter of who's leveled more, who has better items, and right now it's going to AVES. They got 7 turrets. It's 13-6. Their Soraka's level 12. Zoe's level 15. Kennon's level 16. It's pretty much game unless LHS can pull some out here, get a few dragons, get Baron, or get a good team kill.
Nocturne ult onto Yasura. Decides not to go in under the turret. All of the LHS is right there, bot lane.
And that's a really questionable play for Nocturne there, because he knows the LHS is on the back foot, all grouped together in the back defending, and his team, Zoe's up top lane, Braum was in jungle at the time, and Ezreal was just nowhere around anybody. So it was a very questionable play by Nocturne there, and gives LHS a little bit of momentum.
Seems Zoe tries to get this inhibitor. Jacob's right there. A lot of damage on the Zoe. Vel'Koz's ult finishes off.
They find
Jacob
Zoe out
gets
of
the
position there. And again, like I said before, it's all positioning this game. If Braum was with her, she would have lived, but they were able to pick her off without Braum's support, and she easily goes down.
The split pushing strategy for AVES right now definitely is not working out. But as a team, 5v5, AVES is definitely more powerful, so they should try to focus more on that.
I'm still wondering who's making these calls, because AVES was doing very well staying as a team, going up top lane together, coming back down mid, going back up top, getting the inhibitor, coming mid, getting the turret, and now they're all split up. And so I'm starting to question what AVES is doing now that they weren't doing before, and why they started changing their playstyle. They had a very well thought out playstyle so far, staying together, making LHS on their back foot together, not really going after the team fights by picking up the turrets. LHS hasn't really changed at all, so I'm wondering what AVES has done to themselves and what they're thinking to make it different.
Kennen goes bot lane. It is a 5v4 for LHS. Let's see if they try to... Oop, Swain goes back.
Do you think they might be trying to bait LHS away from Baron so they can get Baron themselves?
I think they might be trying to force a fight here to get Baron, because if AVES does win a fight and gets a couple of picks, they can definitely do Baron very quickly.
Because with Kennen going bot lane away from the team, the only thing that makes sense is they're trying to pull people bot lane so they're able to go in on Baron and try to get Baron for themselves for the guaranteed win, pretty much. Because once any team gets Baron, it's either going to be the end of the game, or it's going to be an elongated game for LHS, and a good fight would come out of it.
Doesn't seem like any team is focusing on the Baron too much.
Zoe, the only one on the board so far, by herself, surrounded by 4 people. Nocturne's coming in to support, but she's still very alone so far. Zoe just doesn't push it. Now let's just stay mid so Nocturne can ult them. Kennen does come in.
Kennen ult. Nice ult, 3-man stun. Let's see if they get the Swain. They do. They might just
And
go
there
for
it is.
Baron right away here.
They baited the Baron play. LHS fell for it a little bit. They stayed mid, didn't engage the Zoe. And because of that, now AVES is going to get Baron with no questions asked. Gas down bot lane, Shaco mid lane. You're just going to let them do it.
That was a very nice ult from Kennen, getting the 3-man stun. And that's going to be a Baron for AVES. Unless Jacob tries to get a steal here. Knocked up by... Ooh. Knocked up by the Braum and gets killed before he has a chance to do so. And they get Baron.
And like I said again, the only chance for LHS, even from the side of early game, was pushing bot lane, and that's what Yas is doing right now. While that was happening, Yas was able to get bot turret. He decides to recall now. Most likely a misplay, since what he needs to do now is just keep the pressure bot lane, try to get the inhibitor as AVES goes top, and then recall to stop them from winning the game, and I hope that they can then go on the bot lane momentum and win the game for themselves. But he does elect to recall, and he does come in to stop Braum and Zoe trying to get the inhibitor with Soraka's help.
LHS doesn't have much in terms of stopping the Kennen ult. So he goes in. Braum lands a Q on the Yasuo. But if Yasuo lands a nice Q, then this could be a team fight for LHS. They're now pushing down mid turret. About half health. Knocked up on Kennen, doesn't go in. Vel'Koz is asleep, Soraka ult comes out for the heal. This cannon minion might get the turret, and it does. Nocturne ult onto the Vel'Koz. Braum goes in, Kennen ult. Kennen gets a 3-man stun, Vel'Koz ult. Shaco almost dead. That was a pretty equal fight for the two teams.
And you know, if you can't see, Soraka elected to go mana regen instead of going health regen. And so that might be why Soraka isn't doing very well performance-wise as she needs to be for Swain for the rest of the team on healing, because she's going mana regen. And she wasn't able to get her health off of herself and get it on her to her fellow champions there.
So both teams are just gonna reset. Nocturne is able to get this free dragon, air dragon here. But AVES was able to do a lot with that Baron, getting the tower.
And there it is again with another dragon towards AVES. AVES now up 20-10, 8 turret kills versus the LHS 1. And they're currently up by more than 10k gold. Both inhibitors exposed, mid and top. Only turret left is bot turret for the inhibitor, and the 2 turrets guarding the crystal. And so unless LHS can pull it back up bot lane, it's pretty much GG to AVES.
One more good Kennen ult on the team, man. That might be the game. Let's see if Nocturne tries to get an ult. Yasuo goes on to the Ezreal. Vel'Koz ult now. Gets the Nocturne. Yasuo knocks up Ezreal. Gets the kill. Kennen goes on to the Vel'Koz. Instantly destroys Vel'Koz. So LHS was able to win the mid fight until Kennen comes in and gets the Astra. Oh, cleaning up the Kennen.
Yeah, while that was happening, Kennen was going bot lane, was able to get turret down. He was able to get 2 free kills in the back on the flank, and then cleaned up a little bit.
Yes. They now have all 3 inhibs. This might be the end of the game.
Well, Shaco coming in from behind on Kennen. Kennen most likely going to go down here, but Shaco disengages. Soraka unable to do any damage at all. And so that's just going to be an easy win for AVES.
That's the game.
That's game 1 to AVES Esports.
Zoe did do a lot, but the MVP definitely has to be Kennen for this game.
And we will now go to commercial break while we set up the next game. And welcome everybody back to the 2018 High School Esports League of Legends Nationals Grand Finals, AVES Esports versus LHS Esports. Again, these teams are playing for $12,500 worth of scholarships for their team. And the winner here will take Game 2, and is a best-of-5 series, so whoever wins 3 games is going to win it all. I'm here with my co-host, HSEL Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Hi, guys.
Grounded.
And so far, it looks like Nocturne now is going to be banned early.
Oh yeah, Nocturne definitely did a very good job for AVES last game in the ganks, top lane mostly, as well as Kennen.
Before we went to break 2, you did say that Kennen was the MVP of the game, and I do agree with that. Kennen was the MVP of the game. Zoe did have, early picks, did do some damage, but Kennen was the overall team player there, and we do see that Zoe now does get banned.
Yes, I honestly will be surprised if LHS does not ban the Kennen, because he did so much in terms of ganking with Nocturne, the top lane, and also in the team fights, getting the 3-man stuns, which definitely helped a lot.
I'll also be surprised if Braum doesn't get banned, because Braum so far for AVES has helped them in every game they've played.
Yes.
And so to not ban Braum for them, unless they choose on picking Braum, I would ban them easily. There's the Kennen ban, like you said.
Yep. So now, AVES is definitely going to have a pretty much entirely new team and champions from last game. But pretty much the same bans from last game for AVES, Natalia, Lucian, and Riven.
I would expect to see Twitch on AVES now, because of the fact that their main 3 champions last game are now banned. I would expect to see a Twitch.
Maybe the carry will be on the AD carry this time.
I also expect to see, Braum again, since they didn't ban Braum early in the year. I would expect that to be picked, just because Braum, like you said before, is a very good support character, a tank, a shield, and there it is.
There it is.
Just a Braum pick.
With an Aurelia. We got an Aatrox also for LHS. Let's see how that works out for them. Then we got an Olaf.
If I was LHS, I would like to choose Twitch, just so AVES can't, and not have them get picked in the 3rd slot here. And if they do go for the risk, ban them.
Trundle is now picked from LHS. And the Vel'Koz again from last game. LHS was also pretty squishy last game, but it seems now with the Aatrox and Trundle, they are definitely going more tanky. They probably talked about that in between games.
Yeah, with Kennen and Zoe banned, I wouldn't, I would expect to see a Dr. Mundo again.
And then we have the Ezreal for AVES again, same as last game. Didn't do too much last game, but let's see if we see a little bit more Ezreal this game.
A very decisive ban from AVES here. That's why it's taking so long.
Bans the Swain.
Swain didn't do too much for LHS last game, but did provide very good resistance bot lane. Did what he had to do, held his own. And so to ban that, that's saying, hey, we know you did good here, but you gotta choose somebody else now.
The Vlad ban now from LHS.
Looks like LHS is completely going off of DPS as characters, trying to ban them, because they feel that if they get all the DPS characters out of the way for AVES, then they're gonna have an easy game.
You too will be judged.
Morgana. Ban from AVES. And now the last ban of the game from LHS. Let's see what it is.
Again, like I said, I would expect a Twitch to be banned here.
Ooh. And it's a Gallia. Okay.
Very interesting ban choice there.
See a Sejuani coming out from AVES. Hovering, let's see if they pick it. And they do. AVES played Nocturne last game in the jungle definitely has a lot of gank potential, and Sejuani just has as much gank potential, so this is definitely going to be a gank heavy game for AVES, just as last game. We have a Jhin for LHS. Was hovering Alistar. Now the last pick from LHS. Now the Tom Kench, and they go Tom Kench. So LHS did decide to go a lot tankier than last game, which is probably one of the things that hurt them.
Well, with them banning all the DPS characters, you know, going tanky isn't going to be too bad. Now they don't have Zoe, they don't have Nocturne, and they don't have Kennen, they don't have Vlad.
But now AVES does have the Echo as their last pick.
Does look like the only real damage is going to come from Ezreal and Sejuani.
This Aurelion Aatrox fight top lane most likely will be a good fight to see. And bot lane with the Jhin and Tom Kench should be pretty exciting.
Lavidia back on Braum. Very good Braum for AVES. Everybody running Flash, so this should be a very good positioning game again. With teleports, with ignites, with smites.
I'm sure we won't see the they'll cause death 1 minute into the game as we did the last game.
I'm sure he learned from last game not to do that again, or his team will have better positioning based off early game to not let that happen again.
So now game 2 is about to start. AVES did win game 1, so it is 1-0 in the best of 5 series.
Early game predictions, who do you think is going to be MVP?
For LHS, honestly, it could be Aatrox, Jhin, the Vel'Koz. It's pretty much up for grabs there, but for AVES, if the Aurelia gets fed, maybe the Aurelia, and then the Echo, definitely.
I'm thinking Braum might take it here just because of the fact their main DPS dealers aren't in the game. So I think Braum, with survivability, trying to keep DPS alive to actually get the kills, might get, you know, enough assists to where he's in double digits, getting up towards of probably 20 assists, I would predict. And he might actually be the MVP this game, for me at least.
Braum did have a couple of good ults last game. Let's see if he can do that again this game. But LHS definitely has to win this game, because if they go down 2-0 in the series of best of 5, it is going to be very tough for them to win the next 3 games in a row. So LHS definitely important to win this game.
Like I said before, they did lose to AVES Esports in the group stage. And so it could be a repeat of that, or we could have a really good game on our hands. But so far as I've seen, LHS has just been making some very questionable play calls. That might end up being another AVES victory overall. During the group stage, AVES did go up 2-0 on them. A clean sweep in the first 2 games. And so if that is to happen again, we should be able to expect them to win this game and the next game. But if LHS finally does something different and is able to get a win off, we might have a really good game here.
Someone from LHS definitely has to step up, whether it be the Vel'Koz, the Jhin or Aatrox, maybe even the Trundle, to start doing the damage carrying is definitely important. But now as we go into game 2, I definitely think LHS will play more defensive and think about their shot calling this game, because last game, as you said, was a little, they had a couple of questionable plays.
Out of the 16 games AVES has played in this tournament so far, they've only lost 2. one to the AHS Hornets, and one to Rosemont High School.
So AVES is definitely did a lot better. So let's see if they can continue that trend. Or
As
if
of right
LHS
now,
can-
AVES is 15-2, win the entire tournament.
So now we are going into game 2 of the HSEL Nationals. I think this game definitely is going to be a fun game.
Definitely. With the bans that took place with Zoe, Nocturne, and Ken and Van, this should be a very interesting game now that everybody's playing more tanky and playing more we need to survive these fights rather than let's just get all this damage out.
Definitely.
And in the same bracket, it looks like, if I'm reading this correctly, Sunny Hills High School has taken 3rd place in this Nationals Grand Finals, and AVES Esports has taken 4th. 2-0 to Sunny Hills High School. So congratulations to them for winning 3rd place.
Yes. We are now loading in. Tom Kench did go Ignite in the bot lane, so let's see if they try to get a kill.
There's a dabbing penguin by Lavidia. Good luck
Very
charm
nice.
in my eyes.
Very nice.
And game 2 is underway.
And we're off.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Probably won't see any crazy action for the start.
30 seconds until
Just
minions
regular
spawn.
positions here from both teams.
Braum contesting mid lane a little bit.
Looks like Sejuani and Trundle will start red and blue buff.
AVES with that early lead elects to play more passive. I don't blame them. Now that they have the lead, they can play more passive. They don't really need to go for the early kill. And I think LHS has learned as well. Let's just, let the start of the game happen like it normally does. Not invade, just play safe.
Definitely don't want to give up a kill 1 minute in as they did last game. It looks like Trundle's now starting red.
Looks like there's now going to be an invasion by LHS. They're going to steal jungle early from them. Try to get a bit of momentum on their side. Very well executed on that play as well. Able to steal some jungle.
Yes. That's going to hurt Sejuani a little.
Because Ronnie, one of their main damage dealers, with them tanking like they are, if they don't have all 3 damage dealers up high, that's good advantage to LHS.
Level 2 game from Sejuani here on the Aatrox. Aatrox has to flash away. Sejuani takes a couple turret shots. Has to back away. Echo now into the Vel'Koz. Gets his passive off. Aatrox now going in onto the Aurelia. Has Ignite. Aurelia will live with just a little bit of health left.
Very aggressive plays so far after that jungle. I think LHS is now learning that they need to start being more aggressive when it comes to these plays, to start forcing AVES to recall and start having more shifting going on so they can catch somebody off guard.
Definitely. LHS, at least the Aatrox, definitely has a lot of confidence now in making Aurelia back. Now we see the Trundle going up the top lane. Aurelia does not have flash to get away, but it looks like she'll stun Trundle. First dragon is the Mountain Drake.
Trundle is invading jungle again, playing very aggressive in jungle. Making sure that Sejuani can't farm up. Very good play calls by him.
Let's see if Trundle tries to go up and gank Aurelia again.
They spot Sejuani down in jungle, so they know not to engage, and you just back off. Very good call, because if they engage there, Sejuani was right there to gank him out.
Definitely. They ward, so they spot out Sejuani, as you said, which is very important.
So far, this is a very different LHS team than I've seen last game.
Definitely. Aatrox is definitely doing very well, landing the skill shots top lane. Now we see Trundle going mid. Both junglers are around mid right now. Let's see if the real fight comes out.
And good call by Trundle, going to invade the jungle again and steal some jungle. Sejuani laid on the same, so if Trundle go back down, Sejuani's kind of caught in the enemy jungle again.
Yep. Both junglers counter jungling. Bot lane, no action just yet.
If I was LHS, I would have dived in on that Sejuani counter jungling and just stop him from doing so. Because so far, the only momentum that LHS has at Spiels is a counter jungle by Trundle.
See a gank onto the Vel'Koz now. Doesn't commit. Now the counter gank from Trundle. Doesn't quite get him.
Aatrox is doing well top and able to push all the way back to their turret.
Sejuani's now coming up though.
They do know he's there, however, because he has been pinged. So Aatrox knows to play a bit more passive.
Neither team has any vision around the dragon right now. Aatrox does have ult. Let's see if he tries to tower dive. Decides not to.
AVES does well by applying the pressure on Aatrox to make sure he doesn't push too hard, and using that time to elect to recall. So Sejuani and now the mid lane can now come in full health, full mana, are putting some pressure on.
Aatrox is trying to kill Aurelia, but Sejuani is there. Doesn't know he knows. Don't think he knows that. He won't go into his passive yet.
Sejuani unable to get there in time.
Blood.
A bit more
Echo
time,
goes in
1 or
onto the
2 seconds,
Vel'Koz.
and that could have been a different fight.
Let's see if Echo ults here. He does. Goes in onto the Vel'Koz. Gets the Q. Will he get out of
At what
this?
cost?
Won't.
At what cost was that ult? Good plays, but Toro was able to clean up there. And now mid lane's completely open. Now we're 2-1 to LHS.
Trundle is right around the dragon now.
Vel'Koz did a really good job there to make sure when he died, the other person would die as well. So good on Vel'Koz for doing that. But then again, was he able to prevent that altogether?
A little bit of action on the Aurelia. Not much though.
So far as CS goes, LHS has major CS advantage over AVES right now.
Level 6 now for LHS in the bot lane. Aatrox going in on Aurelia. He doesn't have ult just yet. Sejuani able to dash over the wall.
Trundle tries, but then gets caught. He's now pincered. Aatrox unable to see that and go help him.
Trundle might go down here from the Echo.
They disengage. And a good call too.
Vel'Koz is coming up. But this far into the hourglass from the Vel'Koz to dodge Sejuani ult. Now able to get Echo. Let's see if we can get a second.
And Vel'Koz does well here to stay
He
alive and
does.
take 2 kills. Played very aggressive after getting to low health, and it paid off. Tom
Now
Kent
he
was
had
able
the
to come in,
Trundle.
add some support. And then Ezreal gets him with the skill shot from bot lane to mid lane.
Tom Kenshi will just eat up Jhin to save him. Jhin does have ult, if they get low enough. Might pull it out, he does.
I honestly think that was a waste of an ult. Nothing really came up to him.
Now going on to the Sejuani. The Ignite might kill. It does. Tom Kench has to eat Jhin again to save him.
And Dom Ken's doing very well to block damage and tank there. So Braum and Ezreal aren't able to kill Jhin. First turret does go to LHS. They're up 6-2 now, up 3k gold as well.
The Echo is coming down on the Tom Kench and Jhin. Doesn't go in though. LHS right now is looking very good compared to last game.
Top lane right now for
Big gold
LHS
lead.
is doing really well.
Goes in onto Aurelia. Sejuani is there though. 2v2.
Staying perfectly out of turret range except for that one shot. Now it's going to be a
Sejuani
3v2.
has ult. Gets it onto the Trundle. Trundle dies. Now Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz able to get Aurelia. Almost Sejuani. That is a
Vel'Koz
2-for-1 trade.
greatly positioned there, able to come in on time to ult like that and clean up a little bit. Wasn't able to get us to Sejuani.
Let's see if he can get Echo, and he does.
Echo.
Nice knockup from the Vel'Koz.
Really well played by the Vel'Koz now. I wonder if this is all from them banning the Zoe, the Nocturne, and the Kennen. Vel'Koz able to play more open, more aggressive now that they don't have that much damage coming out. "12 minutes into the game, and we already have 12 kills combined. 8-4 LHS.
I talked about someone from LHS stepping up to become the damage dealer, and Vel'Koz did just that.
Done it.
Now
He's
Aatrox
currently
is
5-2
there.
right now.
Goes in, gets 1 kill, gets another. Let's see if he can get Sejuani. But now Echo comes in. Tom Kinch is there. 1-for-1 trade with a Tom Kinch and Echo. Now Jhin is there, doesn't have that much damage output. Let's see if he ults. Decides not to.
And like you were saying with Vel'Koz being the damage dealer, he's currently building all AP. He's got massive amounts of ability power coming in to be able to do that much damage. And that's just what LHS needs to get through AVES.
Aatrox also is doing a good amount of damage. Sejuani very low, has to back. No team has gotten the dragon yet. 12 minutes into the game, 13 minutes into the game, so let's see if one of them tries to do that. Big wave for Aatrox here. Braum is top lane on the ward. Aatrox has to back.
With it being Mountain Drake, I don't think any team really wants to get it right now. Because most of the decisiveness is going to come from Vel'Koz doing AP. Mostly from tanking, health, mana regen. Nothing's really going to come from jungling getting that CS from jungle, and getting turrets down fast. So I don't think any team's gonna really try to go for Mountain Drake anytime soon, but instead try to focus on laning and trying to get some more kills on each side.
There was just a lane swap here, bot lane and top lane from AVES, trying to prevent Aatrox from getting any more fed, but now we have a Trundle gank coming in. Fight both top and bot lane. Tom Kench isn't in a good position, he goes down.
Aatrox doing massive damage on Braum. Braum
Gets
does
the
go
kill.
down from Aatrox. And
Ezreal might
probably
die from the Trundle ult.
he gets out of it just in time.
Doesn't quite kill him. Now we have a big fight bottom. Sejuani didn't miss her ult.
Vel'Koz's able to get a good shot, get massive damage on Sejuani.
Echoes under the tower.
Shut down.
Morelli does go down, so it is a 1 for 2.
Vel'Koz doing really well to make sure when he's in 1v1s, if he is gonna lose, take the other guy with him.
2v2 rather, Sejuani also went down. Aatrox does ult. We have not seen Aatrox go into his resurrecting form, I don't think yet.
There it
See
is.
that now?
Aatrox unable to do the damage he needs to do and wants to do, and he goes down.
Tompkins misses the Q onto Ezreal. Ezreal will get away. The
And
Braum
Echo, out
passive.
of all of that, very low health, is able to get away from Tom Kench, which could have been
Braum-
detrimental to AVES.
The Braum passive is definitely able to help out Ezreal to get the kill on Aatrox.
Although LHS does have 2 turrets down, so far it's still a pretty even game, 13-11 to LHS, and only up by not even 2k gold. As far as leveling goes, the only people under leveled are Jhin and Tom Kench.
AVES definitely putting a lot of damage onto this top turret now. This would be the first tower for them. Very low.
I would expect them to either fight here or do just face a turret and maybe suicide with it.
Looks like
Just
a big
so it's
fight here. Vel'Koz ult. Tom Kench eats Vel'Koz. That's
Braum did
disengaged.
very good negating that Vel'Koz ult.
But now
As long
Aatrox
as-
is going to get bot turret.
Red team's turret.
As long as Braum is able to stop and suppress Vel'Koz, it should be a pretty even game. But if Braum allows Vel'Koz to do damage, then, you know, it's going to be a GG fight.
Echo and Sejuani. Sejuani lands ult on the Trundle, and Trundle goes down. That might also be the turret.
And Echo
Vel'Koz is
did
coming
get
down.
mid-turret out when all that was happening. It looks like AVES now found the hole they need to get some momentum back.
Let's see if ult comes out from Jhin. It does. Echo ults back. Gets the
And
kill
Echo
on the Jhin.
uses it to get that kill. Very well played by Echo there.
Aatrox misses the first Q, but is able to get the kill onto Aurelia. And now
Aatrox
Sejuani is
so
there.
far doing really well to hold his own.
LHS is now getting the Mountain Drake. With Trundle and Aatrox.
Has slain the dragon.
Looks like all the teams coming together now mid.
Sejuani ult does not connect. Rift Herald for LHS. Ezreal gets killed by the Vel'Koz. Echo goes in, lands a 3-man stun. That team does not follow up. Now Aatrox is going in. Gets the kill onto Sejuani as Rift Herald hits the tower. Trundle's in, tanking tower. Will they get the kill onto the Aurelia? They will. Tahm Kench might go down. Tahm Kench stays alive.
That is a complete team wipe for LHS, getting the Rift Herald a minute before Baron Nashor came up. Now able to just completely sweep, get in, and it looks like this might be GG now since the respawn timers still have 15 seconds. Ezreal and Sejuani are now in. Both turrets are down now, so I think this might be
LHS is
GG
low.
early.
LHS very low here. They have to go all the way back.
Echo did disconnect and rejoin. Right as about he was a respawn. He's back in now though. And LHS does a good call in falling back, recalling most likely. And letting AVES just deal with the loss that they just had.
Definitely a big fight from LHS there.
LHS is just too tanky, and Vel'Koz is tanking as well too a little bit. But he's able to do massive amounts of damage, and AVES just doesn't know how to respond because they aren't outputting the damage they need to do. Braum isn't able to suppress every damage that comes in, and so AVES is going to have to find a way to deal massive amounts of damage, and as well stay alive from Vel'Koz.
Both teams now moving around Baron. Vel'Koz gets the blue buff. Echo might be caught out here by the Trundle. Gets hit by the Jhin. Echo forced to ult. Another pillar from the Trundle. Now all of LHS is collapsing onto the Echo. And the 4th shot of Jhin gets the Echo.
While this is all happening, AVES is now pushing bot lane as well, trying to get some momentum back.
However, now that Echo's down, this might be a Baron for LHS. Sejuani does have ult though, as well as Smite. So let's see if the steal comes in. Vel'Koz knocked up by Braum. Now Vel'Koz ult, but the Ezreal ult gets Vel'Koz. Aurelia TP's in. Gets the Trundle. The Jhin ult comes out, lands onto Sejuani. Last shot. Just misses.
And Baron's gonna sit there still alive at the end of the day.
Yes, definitely a very good job from AVES, able to prevent that LHS getting the Baron there.
Aurelia did get bot turret during all of that, did recall to come help. Maybe a bit of a misplay since she really wasn't needed. She could have kept pushing bot lane instead, but it looks like she's just gonna do that.
And while the fight was going on, due to the minions, AVES actually lost the Nexus turret there.
Yep.
Almost a second one.
And the
Aatrox down
LHS
to the
mid
Aurelia.
minions did come up as well and get really close to starting to push back into their last turret there.
Aatrox flashes onto the Aurelia. Not looking good for Aurelia here. However, there's the TP in from Ezreal, as well as
Yeah, Aurelia doing really well to stall there, making sure she doesn't go down so the team can come in and get the Trox.
Definitely a very good job from Aurelia stalling. But now that everyone from AVES was bot lane, this might be a free Baron from LHS.
A very well executed suicide distraction there, so that they're able to get Baron. Ezreal does shoot a skill shot, does get a few people.
And Echo does have Smite, so he might try to take this Baron here. Let's see if he can steal it. He goes into the pit, and he gets the Baron!
What an
What a
unfortunate step for
steal!
LHS. That could have been
The
game for
Vel'Koz ult.
LHS, but AVES able to come back and keep it alive. And that is an upset for LHS. AVES now able to bring it back with the Baron, and it's still a pretty even game. 24-20 LHS. LHS only up not even 300 gold.
Very nice steal there from 5-Fire on the Echo there. Definitely going to go into the montage list.
Well executed by Echo and the AVES team. Though they did fall for the suicide distraction there by Aatrox, they were able to regroup and get to Baron just in time with Echo there and steal it and then wipe up a few.
That was very close to going into LHS's favor and might even have been the game winner. So,
And if LHS got that, there was no doubt that they would have won there. With only one turret left on the crystal that's below half health, yeah, that would have been game easy.
LHS going to the Ocean Drake now. AVES is not going to contest except for the Ezreal ult. And he gets it!
Gets the Drake. That's another steal for AVES. LHS now wondering, what are we doing? What is happening? With Baron Nashor and the Drake being stolen from them by AVES.
That is definitely not what you want to see out of LHS, but they go onto the Braum. So Juani hits the Trundle.
LHS visibly upset by how they're playing, getting so aggressive on that Braum. They're just unable to get the kill off, but they do get the inhibitor again.
This might be a big fight. Aurelia goes in with the ult. Echo's coming in. Vel'Koz's ult doesn't do much. Aurelia goes down. Echo's now chasing down the Jhin. Gets them, and that is a full wipe from AVES.
A very big upset for LHS. Not only losing Baron and a Drake, but now a team wipe. Unbelievable how much has shifted in the last 2 minutes of this game.
Definitely. LHS was looking very, very good for the first 20 minutes of the game, and now AVES actually has a goal advantage.
AVES able to nearly destroy the turret deficit they had and able to get an inhibitor as well. Now completely, there is no turret advantage for any team. And AVES does have, like you said, the gold advantage, despite it being 26-25 to LHS. They have about 5k gold up on LHS now.
It all started with that Baron steal from Echo. That turned the tides.
That Baron steal was a complete tide changer in favor of AVES. If LHS had gotten that Baron, it was most likely game. But AVES doing that and stealing Drake and getting that team wipe, LHS is looking pretty unfavorable now. It might go to AVES.
Both teams now are just playing a little passive.
So far, the MVP on AVES is Ezreal. Not only did he steal the Drake, but he's also 10-2 with 4 assists. And he's currently the leader of CS as well with 247-48 minions killed.
Now Echo might be caught out here, but Sejuani does have his back. Sejuani ult onto the Trundle, as well as the Echo ult. Takes down Trundle.
Sejuani does save him too.
We got 2 TPs bot lane from AVES. Ezreal goes in with the ult, as well as Aurelia. Vel'Koz gets the Aurelia with ult.
Really gets rooted in that as well.
Tomkins might go down here. He does. Aatrox was not in that fight. Aatrox is joining now.
He
Jhin
joins,
comes
but
out.
it's too late.
This
Now
Braum
Braum's
is
able to block the ult.
Yeah. Aatrox went back top lane. It's only Vel'Koz here right now.
Jhin comes back down to help as well.
As does Aatrox. Echo has to ult out of tower. However, this is a 4v3. But if LHS prevents AVES from backing, not much there. Aurelia is able to respawn and get the minions that were going to be pushing into their base. But if they start a fight right here, well, Vel'Koz has that much mana, so he has to go back. And now we see Baron and Dragon up in just over a minute.
I think AVES knew that in order to win this game, they would have to elongate it, make sure that they were able to level up and get the damage off.
Definitely. Vel'Koz ult gets cancelled by the Braum ult. Braum goes in onto the Trundle. Sejuani flashes but dies. Jhin with the nice W. Ezreal ult almost takes him down. Echo dies. The land VDE, and that's the Aatrox getting the Ezreal. Vel'Koz gets the last hit, but Aatrox did a very good job at stopping Ezreal from leaving.
Both teams probably disappointed in how they performed there, but I think the upper hand does go to AVES despite being down 4 people versus the LHS 3, just because they know that they had to elongate this game to get the damage off to beat the tankiness of the LHS team, and I think they did just that. They were able to elongate it, steal Baron, steal a Dragon, able to get a team wipe early, which puts them at a bit of a lead. Despite being down 4 people versus the LHS 3 now, I think they still have that lead.
Definitely. Still a 5k gold lead for AVES. Baron is now up, and it looks like AVES is going towards it, as well as LHS.
Echo and Ezreal both are doing work for AVES, both with more than 10 kills. Echo at 10 kills. Echo also at 11 assists. Braum with 13 assists, just barely ahead of him.
If AVES is able to get this Baron, though,
You can even see it. AVES knows, like, hey, let's just camp Baron, let's go for it. They can't beat us. They're tanky, they don't do damage. The only one to do it is Vel'Koz. So my prediction here is Braum is going to shield when Vel'Koz does go in for the damage.
They go in. Trundle gets the Baron. Nice knockup from Aatrox. Sejuani escapes with 100 health. Aatrox is resurrecting. Vel'Koz beaten up by the Tom Kench. Can Vel'Koz get away? Can't, but they do get Echo. Team is very low. Now it's only Jhin. I don't think he's able to get away. He does, but now it's a 4v1.
I think AVES was trying to bait them to fight them at Baron. Maybe not give them Baron, but in the end it's okay. So the fact they could try to get a team kill and then wipe down bot lane. But with Jhin able to get out of there, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. So that might be a loss for AVES, but a really good play call, executed very well. They just weren't able to get the last kill, and they did let up Baron.
Definitely. If AVES was able to secure the Baron there, this might have been the game ender.
That is very true. If AVES did get Baron, they could maybe still push, and it looks like they still are going to try to push. But they're only going to be able to get 2 inhibitors and then turret. And so now they are going to back off.
Going back to get Dragon. LHS, since the Jhin did survive, they do have Baron buff to push lanes.
I do believe an Infernal Dragon here, Infernal Drake, would give AVES the win despite how minimalistic it is, but that little boost to DPS would help a lot with trying to get the tankiness of LHS to go down. I will say the only weakness for LHS here is they invested a lot in Vel'Koz as a sole damage dealer, but with Braum's shield being the way it is, that's pretty much negated entirely. So their only damage dealer, really, Vel'Koz, is just completely negated by Braum.
You do have Aatrox and Jhin, but Jhin just isn't doing well this game, so doesn't have that much damage, and Aatrox went a little bit tanky, so it is pretty much only Vel'Koz.
Aatrox, again, able to hold his own, but He just isn't doing the damage he needs to do.
Wow. Nice job from the Jhin there to get Echo. Now with Echo down, they might be looking for a fight. Tompkins ults in. Vel'Koz with the ult.
Braum puts up the shield for the Jhin ult, letting
Oh, yeah.
Vel'Koz do massive amounts of damage.
Jhin with the W, flashes, has to reload though, gets the kill. However, LHS needs to go back to their base immediately. Because the minions already got one turret, might get another. They do. However, Ezreal might be able to
And
get
again
the
in that
win.
team fight, AVES go down 4, LHS go down 3, but AVES still has the advantage. Ezreal able to stay up and maybe get this inhibitor down.
Very closely.
Shall transcend.
And these inhibitors might be the game in favor of AVES after all this. LHS being up for the first half of the game very well. Just in 2 minutes, the tide's changed, and now AVES is looking pretty favorable to win here. Now up almost 10k gold, only up 1 kill. But they have almost double the turrets down that LHS has.
Ezreal only almost pops the Aatrox GA, doesn't quite do it. Almost gets the inhibitor, but he's probably going to get that now.
And Ezreal is trying to come back to get that inhibitor, and he does get it.
The Jhin ult onto Ezreal now. Try to chase him down. Tompkins ults behind Ezreal with the pillar.
Ezreal doing very good to zigzag to make sure he doesn't get hit by that.
Vel'Koz
And even if
ult
he did, it probably wouldn't matter.
doesn't quite get him. That was a lot of resources just to try to
They
chase down
chased that Ezreal very far, knowing that Ezreal's doing a lot of damage to them. So if they were able to get that pick, that would be massive momentum for LHS. They just aren't able to get it because Braum's there. Ezreal zigzagging to make Jin's ult useless. And pretty much overall plays by Ezreal kept him alive. And LHS is now out of resources, giving a massive advantage to AVES.
So we have a quick pause here. Looks like Fire is having a little bit of network issues. But LHS, their base is not looking good at all. Basically,
all
the
three
worst it could
inhibitors
possibly
down.
be.
All 3 inhibitors down. They have no turrets to help shoot the minions. Someone's going to have to stay in the back.
Definitely.
And it's most likely going to have to be Aatrox or Vel'Koz, because they're the only ones that are able to do as much damage as they need to do to kill all the minions in time. And so with that DPS out of the way, leaving no damage on an entirely tanky team, AVES should have the win. I can't believe it.
It was looking great for LHS for about 20 minutes, but then with the Baron steal and the Dragon steal, it started to fall apart for LHS.
With the tankiness of their team to go for a Baron like that, I do give props for them to try to get their damage up, but they didn't play to their strengths as much as they could, trying to initiate the fights early, get more early kills, and try to let AVES try to get Baron and then steal it because they're all tanks. They're not gonna die in time, and they can steal Baron.
Yep. But if AVES forces a fight here without the Vel'Koz ult and the Jhin ult,
A summoner
might be able to win the fight. Echo now reconnected, so we should be resuming shortly.
As you can see, we have 3 in the backfield for LHS. Aatrox going down mid. Looks like Braum and Echo are going to come down mid. Sejuani might come in as well. And with Aatrox leading like that, it should be an easy kill on Aatrox. And then it's a 3v3 back at base. And even then, they don't even have to fight. They can just all go into Crystal and just try to win the game right then and there.
Yeah. So it appears both teams are ready, so we should be unpausing any moment now. So this is the second game of the HSEL Nationals Grand Finals for League of Legends. We are resuming right now, 35 minutes in.
And it looks like the East Nation on Aatrox is going to go in, but he's going to fall back, and the team is going to come up to help him.
With all the minions going into LHS's base, they can't do much.
All they need is AVES just needs one good push out of jungle, out of a spot where LHS is off-footed. And they're just able to get right into the inhibitor crystal, or the summoner crystal, and just win it.
Ezreal now TPing in. This might be the fight.
This will be the game fight right here. If LHS is able to sustain it, I think they might have a chance.
We'll see. All ults up for AVES, including the Sejuani ult, which is very important.
Any pot damage LHS can do right now is going to be very major. They just can't have any damage due to them until the team fight happens.
Ezreal ult. Sejuani goes in, lands ult. Rommel really into the backline, onto the Jhin Vel'Koz, gets both for them. It's not looking good for LHS at all.
Really, it is
That's
good
the game.
to spawn too, and that's game to AVES. After all this, AVES does in fact take the game.
Man. Fire on the Gekko getting that Baron steal.
And
It's
Ezreal
definitely
coming
big.
in as well. 17 with 10 assists and 3 deaths, did very well. And so that's game 2 to AVES Esports. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
get up.
I had the roses, but never your heart. I lived a dream, now I'm in the dark. Oh, 'cause you ran away and took my life, and so ripped me to pieces. Just let it all go. My heart was on fire, but you let me burn.
And we are back with the HSEL Nationals 2018 Grand Finals for League of Legends. We are now in Game 3 of the AVES versus LHS. AVES is up 2-0, so LHS has to win the next 3 games in order to win it. So it's definitely very close. Last game we did have a lot of action. LHS was up for most of the game, but around 20 minutes when they went for Baron, it was stolen by Fire on the Echo, which turned the tides of the game.
And it very well did after that. AVES Esports took a very decisive lead, and LHS just weren't able to cope with it. And now with this being match point to AVES, LHS is going to have to pull out some major plays, some major thinking into what AVES is going to do, because if they're able to figure out what AVES will do, it's going to be GG, because it's all going to come down to strategy, positioning at this point. Champion select seems to not matter, because AVES is just on top of it all.
Definitely.
Right now, this is a $12,500 game for both teams.
Match
Either
point.
AVES wins it, they get it, or LHS wins it, and they have a chance. Have faith. They have hope.
If LHS plays like they did last game, they'll have a good game as long as they don't let AVES steal the Baron or do something crazy like that. They do have a very good chance of winning.
LHS does steal Ezreal from AVES, because they pick Lucian instead, and now Xin Zhao for LHS. Braum again, they still have yet to ban Braum. And Braum has been decisive for them in pretty early, in pretty not very important team fights, but those add up eventually.
And now we do see the Sejuani yet again picked for AVES, and a Lucian and Braum bot lane most likely, which is a very good duo. Katarina being hovered now. Looks like they go for the Morgana instead. And now we got some more bans.
Looks like LHS is going to ban all mage and fighters now. Because AVES seems to have the tankiness, and they seem to have the health.
For you to be better.
We have a Camille ban again from LHS. And also the Xin Zhao.
Do not confuse cowardice
for LHS. Let's see if LHS decides to ban Kennen. They do.
AVES did ban Swain there, which means that they don't really have a tanky DPS. Everybody on the team so far just seems to be squishy, minus Zhao, who can build and being a tank-like character. But right now, LHS is looking very squishy.
No cure for fools.
Now we have the Yasuo ban as the last ban for the game. LHS gets the first pick here. They go for the Lux. Let's see if AVES tries to go Echo again. Still on the board. For 5 fire.
And it looks like we're back in the lobby.
I believe it was some technical issues from 5 fire there.
5 fire disconnect, and I have been informed it is not AVES Esports, it is actually AVES Esports, pronounced like Dave's.
AVES. Okay.
So with this being their match point, they probably really want to be called the right name, right?
Yes, yes.
The whole tournament being called AVES. Championship, they want to be called the right name. I do not blame them.
Grounded.
Well, either way, they are up 2-0.
And now what they should be doing here is just random banning to make sure they get the players they want to again, since there's only one player not actually chosen.
Yes, they're just redoing everything.
And it looks like they're going to redo it again, because
Ooh.
5 fire... No, someone else on the AVES team did disconnect this time.
Teams are trying to get this sorted out. Now that we have a little bit of a break now, we do have CSGO after this, then Overwatch, followed up by Rocket League, and then Hearthstone to finish off the day. All the series of the game should be very good.
Like I said earlier, the Hearthstone tournament is a very big upset for Nero, as he went 5-0 in the group stages and then lost the first game in the playoffs.
Yes. Seems like both teams are now ready. Going into Champ Select. So LHS has to step up this game.
They do indeed. Like I said before, they need to just outplay AVES, because AVES right now has been on top of things. They've understood what they need to do in order to win the game by making sure they elongate the game to get their DPS to beat all the tanks, to just do massive amounts of damage early and get the game early, stealing Barons, stealing Dragons, getting a team kill, putting everything in their favor. AVES knows what they need to do.
We should be going into Champ Select soon. Both teams are now ready, and we're going into Champ Select.
Grounded.
Should just be the same bans and picks for both teams. Let's see if LHS tries to do anything else this game, since it is their very last game and everything is on the line. They will do whatever it takes. If they have any more tricks up their sleeves, they gotta use them now.
I do think they do need to ban Ezreal and Zoe. Though that leaves a bunch of tank options, they need to ban Braum as well. But they can't do that because of the fact that they've already done their bans before previously and we just had to disconnect. But I do believe it was a mistake to not ban Braum early in the game.
Yes.
Aatrox really didn't do anything but hold his own in all the games. He never really did damage. And so to not ban Braum in his place, that could be a very big, decisive play. If Lavidia is able just to be Braum and able just to get off that shield every time and block, just completely block damage.
And the Lucian, as I said earlier, the Lucian Braum combo is definitely going to be very good for AVES. As well as the Sejuani and Morgana.
I will wait for you to be better.
Do not confuse cowardice for wisdom.
A silent death.
LHS did ban Kennen.
No cure for fools.
As well as Aatrox, so now let's see what top laner AVES go this game. Then we have the Lux. Then it was Fire's turn. Let's see what the pick is.
What AVES needs to do here is go to a good counter mid lane for Lux, because if Lux is able to get slightly fed, the game's going to go to LHS easy. There's no doubt.
And they go Vlad, which is a very good pick. And
With
we
the
see a
Mundo here, this game is anybody's game at this point. Just based off these character selects.
The AVES is definitely very tanky with the Braum, Sejuani, Mundo, and Vlad, so it's going to be very interesting.
Lux is really now the wild card. That is the only character I can see that will decide the game. If Lux somehow holds her own, this game will last forever. But any point she goes underfed, overfed, it's going to be game. Easy.
And we see a Gangplank as the last pick here for LHS.
You can see LHS is going unconventional with Lux, Ezreal, Morgana, Xin, and Gangplank. Not really any very bulky characters, but you can just see that, they're going a bit unorthodox here. And I feel like they need to in order to throw off the AVES. And so, quickly, who do you think is going to be the MVP on the AVES? Obviously, it's going to be Lux. It has to be Lux on the LHS. That's the only way they're going to win is if Lux is MVP. But who do you think it's going to be for the AVES?
I think Vladimir, if he does very well, then it'll be good. And then since you have the Braum and the Lucian, then that's a very good bot lane for them. So Lucian, for the first time, the marksman could shine here in this game, game 3.
And Lavidia has been a very well Braum. She hasn't really died at all. The only time she's died is maybe on complete team wipes, but she has very good positioning when she's supporting her ADC, her team, shielding, making sure damage isn't being dealt to them. And she's always able to get out of fights when she needs to. She has very good game sense and game awareness to where she rarely ever dies.
Definitely. And we do have a Xin Zhao for LHS here in the jungle, so we might be seeing some more ganks top, mid, and bot, which will be good. And then the Gangplank with the global ult, so we might see some other things going down, which should be good.
Only a minute and a half here until we're into the game. I believe CSGO is after this national stream. However, if LHS does pull out a win here, this game could go on longer.
Yes.
We could be here another hour and 30 minutes.
Definitely.
But if AVES does pull out, I believe CSGO will be right after this, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct.
Everybody's electing to go Flash, it looks like, just to play very safe. Flash, one of the most powerful abilities that a champion can have, just to go in and get out. Very good utility.
We do see 3 TPs for LHS and 2 for AVES.
With 2 ignites on the AVES as well, everybody being relatively squishy on LHS, that could be game-changing.
But as we get into game number 3, this should be a very good game. It was very close last game until it got a little bit out of hand for AVES.
Indeed. LHS was very favored for that game. And then in the blink of an eye, 2 minutes tops, everything came in favor of AVES. Just with a Baron steal, Dragon steal, a team kill. That was amazing play by AVES, and they did really well to remain cool under pressure, think of a strategy, and execute it perfectly. Looks like we are going to have Santa Braum again. Very good.
Very nice.
Going to have a Project Lucian. And we're going to have a Star Guardian Lux as well. Very interesting skin choices. I myself am loving Santa Braum.
It's a very good skin.
Spooky Gangplank. Looking like the Flying Dutchman. Very intimidating.
We are loading into game number 3 now. And we're in.
Getting a dabbing penguin as usual. Very lucky for AVES.
Very nice.
And we're
Let's
underway.
See if we have any action. Oh, looks like LHS
Looks like
might be grouping.
we're gonna go straight down mid here. And maybe have a complete team fight. But it looks like they do back away early. AVES are pushing very hard.
Wow, what are the chances of this?
Both teams are trying to do the exact same thing.
But in separate sides.
Both
Man, this
teams
is good.
know they have to play very aggressive at their best chance of winning. AVES know if they play very aggressive, LHS is golden.
Wow.
In the loss slot. But LHS also knows if they play very aggressive, that's their best chance of beating AVES. AVES now searching for where LHS might be, and I think they might start to realize they are at their jungle. And it looks like they might elect to go for blue buff instead. And with the recall there by Gangplank, he may or may not be able to take red buff as well. Both teams confused and both teams kind of questioning where everybody is.
Ooh. We see the Aves going down to their red buff. Might have a fight here. Level 1. It looks
There
like
it is.
we will.
They found where they were.
We will have a fight. Braum doesn't land the Q. They're
Vlad
done.
comes down with what's behind him.
If Braum lands the Q here, could get a kill.
He can't chase because everybody on Ava's side there was very slow moving. Braum and Sejuani.
So nothing much happens there. Very close.
Now this game is completely decided versus Vlad and Lux. Lux getting early damage on Vlad there. And that could have been a game-ending fight right there at the beginning. But both teams played very well and made sure that they would survive, and this game would be a good final game if it is. Because again, this is match point for AVES. This is a $12,500 game for them.
Yes. Sejuani and Zin fighting in the bottom river. Lux lands the Q onto Sejuani, and that's first blood.
That's first blood to Lux. Like I said, if Lux is able to start doing well, LHS will have this easy victory if Lux gets fed. He's already a level up on Vlad. And so Vlad's going to have to play a bit easy, a bit passive, until he's able to get fully developed a little bit in the early game here.
Sejuani actually flashed into the Lux Q, which was
Very
well in
good
front of
placement
Sejuani.
by Lux. Vlad just a bit out of position to where he wasn't able to help, but he was still able to get himself away and not get double killed. So good play by him, but if he was just a bit more in position, he maybe could have stopped that.
Flash out of Mundo to get away from the Zin gank. Bot lane's pushing for LHS.
I think again, AVES is going to try to, elongate this game. Because right now with all these DPS dealers on the LHS side, if their tanks are able to get built up and thick, then they might have a really good game here. So if Braum and Sejuani and Mundo are just able to get massive amounts of health, thorns, anything like that, versus these weak DPS, then that might be game again for AVES. And if LHS doesn't notice that, then it might be game already.
Braum hits the kill on the Ezreal. Nothing happens. But with that first blood, AVES now has about a 1k gold lead.
That was a very decisive gold lead in the beginning as well. 1k, that buys you 2 starting items right there.
LHS rather has a 1k gold lead, my bad.
Ah, yes. That's 2 attack daggers, 2 attack swords, basic swords. That's easy attack damage right there. And that could be the difference between leaving somebody at 1 health and having them dead.
Sejuani is bot lane.
Gangplank doing well to fend off Mundo, keeping him on his back foot.
First dragon is mounted. Xin Zhao is coming down. Might see a gank mid onto Vlad.
Vlad doing well to position himself, making sure that the gank doesn't happen. Xin Zhao might come down to bot lane. That's what I would do, is come down to bot lane, try to get a counter gank. But Sejuani does recall, so Xin now has really nothing to do but wait for Dragon at this point, since he's already there.
The Lux is now level 6, as is Vlad.
Lux doing well to keep Vlad damaged, making sure he doesn't feel safe.
Gangplank lands a barrel. a little bit of damage. Zinzao might be doing Dragon. He is.
Lucian able to dodge that shot from Morgana.
Zinzao is doing Dragon. I don't think Aves know.
We're gonna just come to help him. Lux still able to fend off Vlad. Mundo is at half health. Mundo's now at 20.
The Aves still don't know about the Dragon getting taken by LHS.
Ezreal doing a good job to keep bot lane with him. And then Zinzao gets the Dragon.
First Dragon over to LHS.
Less than 7 minutes, Dragon down. It's a pretty decent advantage for LHS.
Definitely. We have Lucian now teleporting bot lane again after going back.
So far, Vlad is actually out leveling Lux despite Lux getting that kill. Firefire doing well to make sure Lux doesn't get fed, and doing well to keep Lux under a bit of pressure. Lux able to get Firefire down low.
Gangplank ult comes in. Lux might be able to turn around with the ult. She does! Gets to Juani, might get Vlad.
Juani did come in there to save Vlad, but wasn't able to save himself. Vlad did go down. Lux able to heal. And Lux gets the double kill from Vlad. Misplay by AVES, letting Lux get fed like that. And this could be game already now, if Lux is able to keep up this momentum.
That was a very nice play there from Lux, as well as the Gangplank ult coming down. Very, very, very close though.
Very well played by Lux there, to stay alive and get the double kill. Even with the Sejuani gank, was able to get Sejuani in the end, and then save Vlad, heal up, and then get him at the very end, low health. And then Zinzao was there to clean up if anything else went down. Very well played by LHS there.
Because that was Flash and Ignite out of Vlad.
And now LHS is up 3-0 and up about 2k gold.
Mundo has to pop ult top lane. They might try to tower dive.
Knowing
Doesn't.
this is a $12,500 game, seems to be actually getting to them. Like, hey, we gotta play to win. This is it. This is match point. Or game
Lux
point, rather.
doing a very good job landing the Qs here into Vlad. Bot lane for LHS is moving up towards Sejuani. Sejuani might get caught out here. Might use the blast cone. Ezreal has to flash over the wall after getting knocked over by the blast cone.
That was a good play to use that to knock him back into a 3v1, but he was just able to get out of that easy. But a very well executed play, just didn't come to be. Vlad doing well to block attacks from that Lux and get out of there so he wouldn't die.
Lux almost got that Q. Use the ults up for bot lane. And Vlad
Lux
goes
does get the
down.
ult off. And that's a Zinzao kill on Vlad. Lux starting to get fed. Right now, Lux is a level up.
Gangplank all comes down, they're committing to this, and they get it. Don't think he will survive though, doesn't.
He won't. But in order to feed Lux more, that is a great, great sacrifice. With Lux now level 9, Vlad level 8, Braum and Lucian both level 7, and Mundo level 8, Lux is starting now to get fed. She's now 3-0-2.
Lux just got Lewd and Zeka 10 minutes in.
With Vlad at 2 deaths right now, he's a bit underfed. CS is almost equal with these both. But right now, Lux is starting on the path of being a shutout. He's keeping the momentum from the first kill she got on Vlad, And now it's just fermenting now, and you can see it. They're able just to push in a little bit aggressive and get these kills.
We see Vlad and Zin. Vlad might get caught out here.
Zin's out. Almost got caught out, but now Lux is coming in to force it on Vlad.
Slow might let Lux get the ult, and it does.
And Lux gets another kill on Vlad. It looks like LHS might just take this just from Lux itself.
Gangplank very low on her tower now.
Gangplank doing well to bait him into the tower. Mundo being the tank he is, so it just isn't going to die from that. Gangplank is going to go down. Now Lux helping
was hit by the
Vlad.
Morgana Q, and now that might be the first tower for LHS.
And first tower does go to LHS with Lux support and Xin Zhao support. Sejuani caught now at the river. Not really able to go back down bot lane or get into jungle without Xin Zhao contesting him. He's gonna go for the ward instead, and Xin Zhao's just gonna go into his jungle and farm. Or he's gonna recall instead, I guess.
The next dragon is up in 20 seconds. Let's see if LHS tries to secure this.
If I were Vlad or Sejuani, I would do what Sejuani's doing now and counter jungle. But then also I would go in for the dragon because you know that LHS is going to go for that dragon.
Ezreal is now top, but so is Vlad and Sejuani.
And it is indeed an Infernal Drake. So if Lux is able to get that on top of her feet already,
This is
it's going to be a very big advantage for Lux.
Ezreal might go down. He does. But now this is a dragon for LHS.
Ezreal did get caught out of position there, unfortunate. 3v1. But that's going to allow LHS to get that dragon. And now Lux is going to be massively boosted by the Infernal Drake on the damage that she's doing. And with the feed that she already has being level 10, you know, it's... I would say that this game is already gone to LHS. 13 minutes in.
This was a 1-for-1 trade for the towers, but now Rift Herald is up, so Sejuani might get caught out. Morgana almost lands the Q.
And now they're going to try to steal Rift Herald as well from Sejuani.
Sejuani just
Lux
has
going to
back
stay
away.
hidden. They ward on Lux, so she knows she's there.
The whole team is here.
Lux probably going to have her ult soon, trying to line something up maybe.
Like down.
There it is, gets on the Braum. Braum doesn't go down.
Lux lands the Q on Vlad. Mundo's still behind them though. Very low. The
Lux
Lucian
has to
ult.
punch out of there because she's too squishy. Does get a
Yeah,
root
that's
off,
it.
but Braum was able to get her.
That's an ace.
Shut down. Ace.
AVES able to turn this around.
Vlad does
get
get
the
the
Rift
ace on the team kill. And that is very unfortunate that LHS couldn't come together and focus more to get people. Instead, they all scattered with their DPS. They really had no focus. That is a very big detriment for them because now with Lux being dead, she's unable to over-farm anybody, get fed. Yeah, with all the damage she could have done, it's unfortunate that they weren't able to come together and use that.
AVES do get the Rift Herald, goes over to Vlad.
I do say that one team fight does have to go to Lavidia playing Braum. She was able to stop the Lux ult, take it, and then continue to pursue Lux knowing that she could do it and that she wouldn't die. And so props to her for playing Braum very well this entire tournament even. Very well played.
Blue buff goes over the Lux.
Mundo trying to catch Gangplank, but now Mundo's getting caught by Xin and Gangplank. Okay, they're gonna disengage bot lane.
The gold lead is still in LHS's favor.
Only 2 kills up with it 1 turret up, as well as 2 dragons. LHS should be decisively winning this right now, but it's just not happening. AVES is playing very well. They try to counter the Lux and all the damage they're doing by making sure they are tanking as much as possible. They're gonna try to catch
Xin
Xin
might be
Zhao
caught
now
out.
out of position. It's just not gonna happen with Morgana there and Lux. Gangplank forced back the turret by Mundo.
Trying to defend that. We do have Rift Heralds. From Vlad here in the mid lane. Lux ults to clear the wave, so it's only Rift Herald. Vlad flanks and gets in the back line. Sejuani ult lands on the Lux. Lux has to stopwatch. Lux goes down.
Again, the AVES team just knows what they need to do in order to counter what will probably lose them the game. And that is
Dive
Lux.
from Mundo with his ult activated gets the kill.
Mundo doing very well versus Gangplank no matter where he goes. Able to tank massively.
Vlad goes in. Black Shield on the Morgana. Will get stunned. Braum able to block the Ezreal ult. Xin Zhao might go in. Doesn't have his ult though. TP in from Lucian. Or Mundo rather. And gets the tower. Now Baron's up in a minute and a half.
Again, LHS at the beginning of this game looked very promising. But AVES just know what they need to do, when to hold out and then when to strike, so that they get every advantage possible. LHS can still win this, they just need to start playing more comprehensively together and trying to get these picks 1v1. Picking Vlad, picking Braum will win them every team fight they can get. As long as they keep Mundo out of tanking position, then they'll win every team fight again.
Drag is up in 15. Flanking Mundo's still just in the bottom.
It is going to be Mountain Drake again. LHS still technically in the lead on gold and on dragons, down in 1 kill. Same turret kills by both teams, but it still looks to favor AVES now.
Lucian onto the Ezreal, then Vladimir able to clean it up. Braum passive onto the Morgana, and that's a double kill. Or 2 kills. AVES should be able to secure this dragon now.
Baron now coming up shortly, 5 seconds. AVES have a really good opportunity to get Baron here and just end this game now.
Vlad chasing down Xin Zhao.
Xin Zhao able to pop himself over.
The AVES do have very good vision around the Braum pit. If they want to try to go Baron. Baron pit rather, so.
If I was Mundo right now, I would stop laning bot and try to get into the fight. Because with Mundo tanking, AVES will win every team fight right now.
Xin Zhao going on to the Sejuani. Ult onto Xin Zhao. Gangplank also.
Like I said, if I was Mundo, I would be there to help. But Mundo isn't really doing anything right now.
Lux ult, as well as the Braum ult. Braum
Mundo
just
comes in
gets
the
away.
back. But with all the DPS, Mundo's just gonna go down easy.
Lucian here is
But
here.
they disengage. They do disengage because Mundo just wasn't able to go down as fast as they hoped. But now they have Mundo 1v4. But they're gonna keep disengaging and play it safe.
Vlad is mid lane getting that tower.
Lux TP's back. So maybe we'll have a good 1v1 here. Lux does miss. And that's gonna stop the 1v1. And here Mundo is again staying bot lane. Laning. He's able to stop the recall bot lane, but he's gonna go down in the process probably. A misplay by Morgana, letting them get him. It looks like this can be anybody's game now. Both teams are making mistakes, but both teams are also making really good plays.
Vlad and Braum might be able to get a pick on Lux here.
Lux making a mistake by going by herself, but she's able to survive. And
Oh.
Vlad gets her.
And Lux goes down.
Both teams just making questionable plays, doing questionable things. But then again, both teams are doing very well in some aspects.
Aves still around Baron.
Lux now
Never
only
thought.
4-3-3.
Braum with a nice block on the Ezreal ult.
It's like Gangplank and Morgana gonna go stop Vlad. Vlad's gonna get pinched here. He's gonna get out of the bush just in time to miss all the attacks.
Using Predator to get away. Morgana ult. Flashes away from it.
And he is gonna get away in the end.
That's a
And
lot
then
of
he's gonna go fight
resources
Zen Zhao out of position.
Zen Zhao's ulted. Sejuani. Morgana lands a Q. Gets Sejuani. However, Braum and Lucian getting the Lux.
Lucian did get mid tower during that entire thing.
Lucian ult.
Comes in to
Get
stop the recalls.
Braum is overextending a little. That Lucian.
Nvidia misplays. The first misplay I've ever seen her do, engages that and goes down. What LHS should do now is completely push. With Braum down, Lucian mid, Vlad respawning, Mundo by himself, I would completely push this 5v whatever down a lane and just get a bunch of momentum. Lucian
Baron
recalling
is
from
still
mid
up.
lane, I would push bottom lane with Mundo, try to get Mundo down, just so he's not a threat being the massive tank he is.
Baron's still up a LHS. Now has a good amount of vision around the Baron pit. No action. Drag is up in a minute and 30 seconds. Aves going up. Zen Zhao might try to get a pick here on the jungler. Sejuani did have ult, didn't decide to use it there. But now it's looking like a 4v4 topside.
Zen Zhao gonna recall though, making it a 3v4. They're gonna try to steal red buff.
You should get it. Goes over to Lucian.
Lux could have dove on Sejuani there, but decided not to.
Aves is grouping around Dragon now.
Dragon coming up in 5 seconds now. Dave's looking like they want that dragon, and LHS is gonna try to stop them. It is gonna be Mountain Drake again.
Mundo gonna chase him down Gangplank. Israel's gonna.
Abe's doing well to
start the
pull
dragon.
LHS off Drake, so Lucian can take it.
And LHS isn't doing anything. Zinzao gets caught out. Rommel. Vladimir is flanking the backline. Lux tries to teleport out. Can't do so. And Vlad in the back line gets 2 kills.
And that is just, again, a beautifully executed distraction so they can get the Drake. And then instantly turn when they realize it's a distraction trying to get the Drake. And just get 2 easy kills. 3 easy kills.
This might be a Baron out of AVES. It looks like it is.
This will be an easy Baron for AVES with Ezreal still there. Ezreal might actually take it. AVES did that last time to them. So let's see if Ezreal is going to be able to ult Baron. Since they do have sight on it, I believe. Ezreal might be able to ult it and steal it. They're waiting for that Ezreal steal. As you can see, they stopped attacking Baron. AVES doing very well here. And there's the Ezreal ult. He doesn't steal it. And that's what AVES was doing. They were waiting for Ezreal to steal it.
As well as the Vladimir to be up.
Like I said, AVES has just been playing very intelligently. They've been steps and steps ahead of what LHS needs to do. They knew LHS needed to feed Lux, so they just suppressed that. Granted, they gave it Lux a little bit of feed early game, but then they were able to realize, suppress it. They knew Ezreal had ult and was probably going to try to steal Garen like they did to them last game, and they didn't let it happen. Just very well played by AVES. They know how to play intelligently, and I commend them for that.
So now LHS forced to defend as AVES pushed down with the Baron. Vladimir is split pushing as well as Mundo top and bot. Israel ults the lane. Vlad will get this tower bot lane.
I think Vlad might just solo push here and win the game. Lux is going to go to Vlad. But Vlad... Also, with Lux being underfed, I'm pretty sure this is the game. Unless some miracle happens. Mundo taking top turret. This is pretty much game.
Definitely not looking good for LHS. They're going on to Mundo here, but he pops ult, and it's going to be very hard to kill him. Braum knocks up the Ezreal. Ezreal gets away. No, he doesn't. Morgana has to flash. Lucian flashes over, able to get the kill. Lux ult onto the Vlad, gets her. Gangplank trying to run away. But Mundo's there. And Braum gets the ace.
And I'm pretty sure that is now game for AVES Esports, taking a clean sweep 3-0 versus LHS in the grand finals. A $12,500 game. Right now, they have proven that they deserve it. The way they have played this entire tournament and series proves not only are they good players skill-wise, but they are very intelligent in their play calling. So GG to AVES Esports for a clean sweep 3-0 victory in the grand finals here, winning $12,500 scholarship for their team.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This was the League of Legends Grand Finals. Up next, we have the CSGO, Overwatch, Rocket League, and then Hearthstone to finish it off. See you guys in a little bit.
You got me right, now there's no return. No, you took my heart, you took my soul. Rip me to pieces, let it go. heart was on fire, but you let me burn. You got me wired, now there's no return. No. You took my heart, you took my soul. Rip me to pieces, ready to go. Understand it, I'm a fucking bandit. 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 Bandit, 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 bandit. Understand it, I'm a fucking bandit. from home, is this where I'm meant to be? 'Cause I miss the times when it was only you and me. Away from home, is this where I'm meant to be? 'Cause I miss the times when it was only you and me.
Hello again. I'm gonna go on the starting screen for now, and then wait until game 5.